Forest conservation, brought to you by Frosty the Snowman Conservation Program, trying to preserve Frosty one winter at a time. Goals. Learn how deforestation is impacting global warming, learn about current projects limiting deforestation, and learn how you can help. Global warming. Global warming is an issue that faces all of us. It is an issue that is currently inspired by humans, as current levels of carbon dioxide are 394 parts per million, compared to pre-industrial levels, which were 280 parts per million. The world is facing a current temperature rise of 1.4 degrees Celsius to 5.8 degrees Celsius within the next 50 years. On the side, you can see an energy budget of the Earth. Some of the sun's energy is first absorbed by the Earth's surface and then reflected back out into space. However, some of it gets trapped by the atmosphere and is reflected back down. This is what is causing the current heating of the atmosphere and of the surface temperatures. Forest importance. 130 million hectares have been lost between 2000 and 2010, and forests play a vital storehouse of greenhouse gases, storing almost 40% of global CO2 emissions. However, forest deforestation contributes up to 15% of global warming as CO2 is released when trees are burned off. This also affects the water cycle, as evapotranspiration is stopped by trees and not as much water is released back into the atmosphere as was contained by the ground, drying out areas and resulting in desert and grassland areas after deforestation. This is how the carbon cycle plays into effect with forests. It's first either in the air or in the ground and gets synthesized by either the roots or the leaves. This goes into the tree and is released either as oxygen, which we breathe in, and then exhale, releasing CO2. And once trees die and decompose, they also release CO2 back into the atmosphere. However, a large portion still stays in the ground even after decomposition. Why are forests cleared? Forests are cleared for agriculture, herding, and different resources. Some of these resources include forestry, mining, and other valuable imports and exports. These are different causes of tropical deforestation, mainly again from ranching, agriculture, and economic use in logging.
The Paraguay Forest Conservation Project is located in La Amistad community in San Rafael, Paraguay. It covers 1,183 hectares. The developers of the project is Gure Paraguay and World Land Trust. San Rafael, which is part of the Atlantic rainforest, values biodiversity. It supports 20,000 plant species and 950 bird species. The goals of this conservation project are to improve the livelihoods of community members, enabling the use of forest resources and alleviating pressures that subsistence agriculture is placing on the surrounding forest. It also aims to reduce deforestation, where 52% of the forest has been cut down over the past 12 years.
The Australian Rainforest Conservation Society is located in Brisbane, Australia. Their main focus is creating national parks to help preserve the forests. Currently, the ARCS is focusing on Gondwana and Ankita, which is a 205-hectare area. They have links on their website to join ARCS, to donate to their cause, and to volunteer.
The ARPA stands for the American Region Protected Areas, and it's well known for protecting the Amazon for life. The Amazon is located in South America and is the world's largest tropical rainforest. The ARPA was launched in 2002 and is said to be the world's largest conservation in history. Its main goal is to protect 150 million acres of the rainforest and turn it into both sustainable use and strict protected areas. In just one decade, protection the size of California has been made. Ways you can help include reducing your oil, wood, and beef consumption. The graph shows how heavily the forest was previously relied on for economic purposes. The trend after 2004 starts to decline at a pretty fast rate, and since then has stayed pretty low. The conservation plan is seeming to have positive results.
These are the sources. Have a great day.